Oh my god, she's a weirdo.
Hello to thy fat cow. I still can't get my head around what's happened. I'm literally stunned. It's like you decided you didn't want to do GCSE maths anymore because it's too hard. So instead of doing GCSE maths, I decided to do a degree in algebra instead. It's that kind of logic. Canada was hard. It's not the life for her. Kuwait wasn't for her either. So, Syria? It's not like it's a middle ground between Canada and Kuwait. Egypt, maybe, would have been a middle ground between Canada and Kuwait. But Syria? Syria. Anyway, it's day 3, and things have occurred to me about this whole situation. Now, when I launched the competition, tell me the date you think the Syria arc will be over and Foodie will literally get her ass on a plane and leave for a destination, be it Canada or Malaysia, if the rumours, the speculation are true. I mean, the actual day she leaves for good, not just border hops or for visas or for ATMs or whatever. I was under the presumption that she was there because she wanted to stay there. Competition's still on, whatever. And this is not just like a holiday, a little visit. But there are a lot of things, ignoring the obvious danger, kidnapping, risk of death, risk of health issues that cannot be treated, minor things, missiles, that give me the idea that the duration of this Syrian arc will be significantly shorter than I thought it would be, and even Foodie thought it would be. And it is these things. 1, the lack of fast food beyond fries. Not even cheesy fries, just fries. Foodie will get withdrawals, Foodie will have a tantrum, Foodie will want food, fast food. This could be satiated to a certain extent with large quantities of junk food, snacks, but only for so long. The nearest Western style eating establishment are in Damascus. And we've established through the driving video that Foodie is probably in Suwaya or Daha, which is in the south. So to drive to Damascus just to satiate the beast isn't really practical. And these Western style fast food establishments are imitations of American style fast food restaurants. How many trips to Damascus can you make to satiate the beast? Would it be a once a week thing, a couple of times a week thing? Bearing in mind that driving is a risky thing, that gasoline is expensive and hard to come by, and frequent trips to Damascus for fast food runs doesn't exactly scream we're poor too to everybody else around. How long can Foodie cope without fast food? It's the most ridiculous statement in any context, apart from when it comes to Foodie. But how long can Foodie go without fast food? The other thing, and I'm not even taking into consideration the lack of amenities in terms of water and showering and keeping clean, because we know that's not actually an issue with foodie. But the other thing is, if you're lucky, according to the Canadian government advisory on travelling into Syria, if you're lucky, you will have about 3 hours of power a day. Not continuous, 3 hours of power a day. Foodie already slipped and mentioned that they don't actually have a solar power generator currently, and that they're waiting to buy one, presumably when they move into Salah's family home. That's 1 hour to go live. However, it's also an hour in 3 parts that you have to charge the things that you go live on. So what do? You go live while still using the energy, so your phone isn't being charged while you're on, it's, maintaining. Or how do you use these 3 hours when your entire existence is online? That's 3 hours a day, plus whatever charge you've got left in your devices, to go online to interact with her hug box, which is her second biggest addiction. She's not going to manage. She cannot go online whenever she feels like it, whenever she needs to talk to someone, because heaven forbid she talk to her husband. She's not going to last longer than, well, today's the 3rd. She went there on the 1st. She's going to be back in Canada by next Monday, if she can leave. Will she leave the same way she came in, suspiciously through the Jordanian border? If she didn't get a proper visa, because the way she got in was somewhat furtive, how does she get back out? If she does have a visa, it's, a lot of people have to have a stamp to exit. And then, well, if she has a legitimate visa, she could go to an airport in Damascus, I guess, and fly directly from there. I don't know. It's all so messy. The lack of forward thinking in this whole entire episode is stunning. It might be sheer stubbornness that will keep her in Syria for longer, but I'd imagine day 3 she already knows she's seriously fucked up, and she will be thinking now about ways to leave while saving face. Foodie, all you have to do is admit you were wrong and go back home. There's no shame in it. We already collectively agree that you are monumentally idiotic. So this added embarrassment of going home with your tail, your head tucked between your legs, or whatever the phrase is, your tail tucked between your legs, not your head. I don't think that's physically possible for most people, let alone foodie. I'm not going to say we wouldn't judge and we won't laugh, because we will, but you kind of just